We're real excited today to let you know that the summer issue of the Upbeat Reporter is out in stands now. I'm Mary Kay Khurts. This is Beth Duke and Kat Tyson-Day. I'm the publisher, and Kat is the creative director and designer of the magazine. And Beth Duke, tell us what you do.
I'm the executive director of Center City of Amarillo. And Center City of Amarillo is a nonprofit organization. Our mission is to promote our downtown and save our historic downtown.
It's a good plan.
Thank you. Well, you're second generation historian. Your mother, Louise, is one of the great historians about our downtown. So big shout out to Louise for giving you a love of history.
Thank you. It's true. And she's done so much, and so did my father, and he helped much.
Yes.
I appreciate you
were
mentioning
team.
that.
They were team.
That's right.
Also in this issue is the Groom Cross, a story about Bobby and Steve Thomas, who started the Groom, or built the Groom Cross, and all the statues and everything of Jesus around. And then we've got stories about Paladura Canyon, Arts in the Sunset, which you helped get the Sistine Chapel in.
Exciting.
And Cathleen, tell us about your experience with the Sistine Chapel.
Well, I got to go and see the Michelangelo exhibit yesterday, and it was
so
very
glad.
moving. And I took the rest of my family, and we walked around. And I really think everyone should take the time to go.
You know, I was instrumental in bringing that to Amarillo. I want to credit Dean Frigo, retired assistant city manager, and Father Tony from St. Mary's Cathedral. They saw the show, the exhibit, in Albuquerque, and then it was to be in Oklahoma City. So Ralph and I went to Oklahoma City. We wanted to see it for ourselves, because if we were going to bring it to Amarillo and promote it, I wanted to be sure it was of the quality we could be proud of. And we opened last Thursday at Arts in the Sunset. We really wanted to have it downtown, but we didn't have a venue where we could rent for 8 weeks. But it's beautiful at Arts in the Sunset. It's the perfect place. And it is life-size panels of the art of the Sistine Chapel. And if you've had the privilege to go to the Sistine Chapel, I'm so fortunate. I've been there twice.
Oh.
It is 60 feet up. You're in a crowded room with lots of other tourists. They want you to be quiet and respectful. It's noisy. It's crowded.
It echoes.
And they say don't take any pictures, but people are always taking pictures. And seeing this exhibit, you can go through at your own pace. There's a narration app, and you can really have a worshipful experience with it. And I think that's one thing I'm really proud to bring. It's wonderful art, but it's also faith-based art. And I think that's one thing that a lot of your viewers would really enjoy.
Yes, and it is wheelchair accessible.
Very.
Yes.
That's
Very.
important.
It'll
Yes.
be up through July 23rd, and we just want to show a big showing, because if this is successful, we'll be able to bring more exhibits like this to Amarillo.
That's
I
great.
think that's wonderful.
That's great.
Big
well,
deal.
thank you for being instrumental in bringing that to Amarillo. And Amarillo just has so many attractions, so many fun things to do, that I just wanted to let people know all the things there are to do in Amarillo and the Texas Panhandle. In this issue, we also included stories about Dumas, Dalhart, Borger, and Pampa. And I had the opportunity of going to Pampa. There's a story about the Woody Guthrie Folk Music Center. It was so fun. And all the history of Woody Guthrie, and they have an open mic night on Friday nights. And so there's just something about this issue, Destination Texas Panhandle, and this is what it looks like in the stands in United Supermarkets, Tootin' Totems, Drug Emporium, Market 33. A lot of restaurants have it, and so, or you can download it on our website, theupbeatreporter.com, for a full PDF version of it if you can't get out and pick one up, or call 806-590-7002 and I'll bring some to you.
She will. She's a woman of her word.
I will.
Well, Beth, tell us about Center City and everything that you've got going on. I know that there's the High Noon on the Square,
That's right.
number 1,
That's right.
and that's every Wednesday.
Yes.
Say just a little bit about that.
Okay, High Noon on the Square is an amazing event. This will be our 28th annual season.
Wow.
And
Incredible.
when Center City started this 28 years ago, Wes Reeves was one of the people who was there, and he said you could put the whole crowd around one picnic table. And people brought their sack lunch. Well, this has grown to an event
Oh,
where we
yes.
average between 400 and 500 people every Wednesday.
Wow.
What I love is that the music is free. It's like a small town event in the middle of our big city where you can bring your friends and family down to the courthouse square. It's a beautiful green space, and you hear live music from musicians who are dedicated to giving back to our community. Music is free. Lunch is only $10. We have great local restaurants bringing the food. And then the city of Amarillo gives out free popsicles. And I think if you're going to give a kid a popsicle on a hot day, do it on the courthouse lawn. And then that's a lot better than in your car.
Do they charge for parking?
The parking generally on the street is free. There is plenty of parking over at the Civic Center. It's a little bit of a walk, but I always get there so early. I don't have any problem.
Yeah.
But I would say generally, if you don't get there pretty early, you may have to walk a couple of blocks.
Right, and that's not bad. I've done that. So, okay, the Amarillo Community Market.
Oh, the Amarillo
just started
Community
that?
Market, yes. We opened our 8th season on Saturday. This started in the middle of the summer of 2016. And a wonderful group of young people went to the city manager and they said they wanted a pop-up community market in their city because they had traveled to other cities and seen these. And city manager asked me to write a business plan. And you know, I worked for 30 years at the paper. I can write almost anything. I wrote a business plan and he said, great, when can you start? So we started about a month later, and we have grown. This Saturday, we had 52 vendors. We were open from 8:30 to noon, and we'll be open every Saturday from 8:30 to noon until September the 9th. Now, we opened last week because usually we open the first week in June, but the first week in June was the Longhorn Cattle Drive downtown,
Right.
of great free parade, and I'm smart enough not to mix a community market and Longhorn cattle.
Right.
And then we end September 9th, and the main reason we end September 9th is because the next weekend is the Tri-State Fair Parade, and the Tri-State Fair is bigger than me and older than me, so we will close September the 9th. But I encourage everyone to get out. You know, Center City has events to bring people downtown, but we also want to help people grow their businesses. And the great thing is that the vendors, many of them had a hobby like baking or making jewelry, and now they've turned it into a business. And the exciting part to me is I get to talk to the person who made it, or even talk to the person who baked it, and or grew it. And it's just exciting to me to hear their stories as creators. Some of them have gone on to have their own storefronts.
That's great.
One of my beef producers is now in 2 stores. And it's exciting to me because this is one way they can get out their message and their story to people.
Right. Right. It's very good. I went last Saturday and had a good time. And
What did you buy?
I didn't buy anything this time, but I listened to Andy Chase on
Yes.
the court, on the lawn
On the
of
stage.
yeah,
It's great.
stage.
And I'll tell you, I have a wonderful bread baker. Her booth is called Kneading Bread. Opened at 8:30, sold out by 9:30.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Peace, Love, and Cookies has.
Oh, that's a great name.
Isn't that a great name? Christy sold out that day, and my favorite flavor of cookie at Peace, Love, and Cookies is sweet and salty because that's just like us. So I love that.
Right.
But my vendors have great stories to tell, and every product I've ever bought is great. And I have 2 words for you: homemade churros.
Huh.
I have a vendor who actually
Really?
fries the churros right
Oh,
there
wow.
on site.
Wow.
You have a choice of caramel or chocolate dip, and
Cool.
they are amazing.
Wow.
They sell
That
out every
sounds
time they're at market.
delicious.
And that's a great thing about a community market. You never know who you're going to see. You
Right.
never know which vendors are going to be there. So you don't want to miss a one because you're going to see something wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's great.
Well, there's the Amarillo Cultural District,
Yes.
which is kind of how we got in with the Amarillo Art Center.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Well, in 2016, my board of directors authorized me to apply to become the official Amarillo Cultural District designated by the Texas Commission on the Arts.
Mm-hmm.
And the Texas Commission on the Arts, their mission is to provide cultural arts in every county in Texas. And there's more than 250 counties, but there was no cultural district north of Lubbock. And you ladies know me, and you know I'm very competitive. And if Lubbock had one,
We got to have one.
we had to
Right.
have one. And so
Amarillo.
we went for this application. We spent $25,000. We did a catalog inventory of every art gallery, retail shop, art in public places like our hoof prints, the murals, the wonderful historic Amarillo Symphony, Lone Star Ballet, Amarillo Opera, the newer Arts in the Sunset, and we did a full inventory to prove to the Texas Commission on the Arts that we were a cultural district.
That's awesome.
And we received the designation, and we're so proud of that.
Congratulations.
Thank you. A lot of people don't realize how hard it was to get that, and now
it
we
was.
literally are on the map. Now, the cultural district is based at Center City. It started downtown with the Globe News Center and the resident companies, but it's bigger because in Amarillo, we have culture spread out throughout the city. So it extends to the Amarillo Museum of Art, the Amarillo College Music Department.
Wow.
It extends to Arts in the Sunset. It extends to Sam Houston Park with Starlight Theater. It extends to the Amarillo Little Theater, one of the oldest continuously operating community theaters in the state.
Wow.
And we just believe we have so many cultural advantages that we deserve to be a cultural district. And I want people to be proud of that because we worked hard to get that designation.
You
That's
did.
great.
And I guess through that you got the Hoodoo mural.
The Hoodoo
event.
Mural Festival is the vision of Andrew Hall. Andrew Hall is a native of Amarillo and lived in other places. He came back here to raise his family, and he had the vision for Hoodoo Mural Festival. And he came to Center City, and that first year we helped them get started. And we provided some of the office work and some of the bookkeeping and some things like that. But it is truly Andrew's vision. Then the
Everywhere you look,
next
it's
year we had to
beautiful.
have, because of pandemic, they didn't have it. And during that time, Hoodoo became its own foundation, its own nonprofit, and I couldn't be more proud. They have become already an established festival here in Amarillo. They are already selling tickets. It will be in the fall. I believe it's October 1st.
Okay.
And it is just amazing because his vision is to create an outdoor art gallery based in our downtown. And that
It's
fits
happening.
beautifully.
It does.
Yes.
It fits beautifully with our mission, and that's why we were so proud to help him get started on his vision. So we're all in for Hoodoo. It makes us proud.
That's great.
You've got the dining district.
Yes. The downtown dining
So
district.
Many good places to
You know, we
eat,
have more than
and the
30
live music.
Yes, more than 30 restaurants in a 1 mile radius in downtown. We truly have a downtown dining district. And only one of them is a chain, and that'd be Jimmy John's. Everybody else is mom and pop. And what I love is you're eating the food they created for their family. And you feel like family when you go to these places. I'm so proud of these hardworking entrepreneurs.
That's great. That's great. Well, you can read Beth's story about Center City in the Upbeat Reporter. And do you have anything else you'd like to share with us?
You know, I just want people to know that Center City is so proud to be promoting our downtown. We are not an overnight success. A group of volunteers started this in 1996. We do an annual membership drive. We get sponsors for our events. We're trying to keep everything free and low cost so that we can be everybody's neighborhood. And I'll tell everyone, we're in about the 15th year of a 10-year plan. We're not done yet, but we're going to get there.
Right, and
That's
there's so many more things you can check out if you go to the website. What's that?
That's right. Our website is centercity.org, centercity.org. And on Facebook, we have Center City, Center City Events, Arts in Amarillo, and Amarillo Community Market.
I think all of those are in the magazine too.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming today. We certainly have enjoyed having you.
Well, I love what you're doing, and I love that you're promoting everything positive about our great Panhandle area.
Thank you. I have one last thing to say. Okay, so when the Upbeat Reporter was relaunched in 2019, before I did it, I called Beth on the phone and I said, you know, what I published 20 years ago was on newsprint, and she was a reader back then, and I went and asked her advice if I should relaunch the Upbeat Reporter, and she told me that, you know, people need good news and Christian news today just as much as 20 years ago, and she said, go for it, Mary Kay.
I did.
You did. And so now look at it today. So we're so proud of this issue, and including all the Panhandle towns too, and Amarillo Canyon, Center City, and just everything that you want to know about Amarillo. So
That's right.
thank
And, you know, if people say there's nothing fun to do or nothing for
Oh,
families
right.
to do, all they have to do is pick up the Upbeat Reporter, and they'll find out all the things they can do.
Thank you
That's
so
right.
much, Beth, for being with us today.
I wouldn't trade for it.
Okay, cool.
Goodbye.
Thank you.